welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here for a shop update preview. The shop update will be this Friday, June 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at pineappleyarn.com. I have gone crazy dyeing this week. Really, I have. My scale broke earlier in my dyeing process. I usually have like a 2-week dyeing process, and my scale broke the first day I went to go dye, and so it really threw me off, to be honest. I had so many colorways planned, and all of my recipes depend on weighing my dye to make my recipes. And so I really had to scramble, figure out some things to do. And after I got my scale, I got a new one, and I just went to town on tonals. I started dyeing so many tonals. As a matter of fact, I dyed every single tonal that I carry in the shop. Yes, every single tonal. So when the shop update happens at 8 p.m. on Friday, every single tonal will be in stock. I'm still kind of blown away that I did this. I don't know if I'll ever do it again, to be honest. It was a little crazy, but it's going to be really, really fun today because I'm going to mix and match colors. I've got 2 new shades of tonals, and it was honestly really fun winding all of this yarn because they're just so beautiful, and it was so fun to see all these colors come together. But let's talk about 2 new colors of fiber that I will have in the shop. This first color is called Twilight Solstice, and I think it's so, so beautiful. It's this beautiful kind of a cobalt blue with a deep neon pink, and then some different pops of very pale yellow and just little accents of different colors. I really like this fiber. I think it'll be so beautiful. Plied up, like I always think of barber poling. I just do. I love a good barber poled yarn. But I dyed this on Cordale as well as a merino bamboo. So both of those are going to just be gorgeous in this colorway. But I thought, you know, it kind of looks like twilight, like as the sun sets, and you have these beautiful colors in the sky. And since summer solstice, we're almost there to the beginning of summer, I just thought it would be a fun name. So this is Twilight Solstice. It's on Cordale. And then I also have it on this merino bamboo, and you can probably see all these beautiful white, contrasty kind of bits in here, and that's the bamboo. It makes for a beautiful spin. The next one is also a new colorway. It's called Fishing on the Pier. And this is a super fun, gorgeous blend of kind of a terracotta along with pops of neon yellow and a kind of a spruce green. So I'm going to turn it to the back of my bag here, and you can just see, like, oh my goodness, I cannot imagine this spun up. This is just so beautiful with all of these contrasting colors. It has little hints of neon pink, like just little pops, and I don't even know if you'll be able to see that in the finished yarn. But one of the things that I love when I dye combed top is just adding little hints of color here and there. So the actual comb top is really beautiful. You might not be able to see it in the finished yarn, but I like the comb top to be as beautiful as the finished yarn and as interesting, if that makes sense. So here it is on merino and bamboo. You can see that bamboo running through there. It's just so pretty in this, especially against some of these deeper colors. I will also have it available on Cordale. And again, super beautiful. Cordale's such a great fiber for an easy spin. It's also really great if you're more of a beginner spinner. It's just a wonderful fiber to spin with. So this is Fishing on the Pier. All right, so that is the fiber I will be stocking in the shop. Now I'm going to move on to all the tonals, literally all the tonals. And what I'm going to do is angle my camera down and give you a good idea of how they'll go together on my table surface, and just try it that way. I think you might like seeing all the different yarns as they come together, seeing some really cool color combinations, and I'd love to hear what you think about the new camera angle. We'll just see how it goes. Hey everyone, so here I am at my table. I'm going to lay some yarn out and chat about all the colors that I am adding to the shop this week. I have so many colors, it's crazy, but it's so much fun. And so let's chat about what goes together with what. So I'm going to start off by talking about my new colorway here. This is called Scallop. It is so beautiful. It's this beautiful kind of sun-washed terracotta. I just think it's so, so pretty. And I thought it would look really good with a couple of different tonals that I already have in the shop. I had to bring this one out because this is dyed on my gold nani twist, which has gold stellina in it. And it's just so sparkly and pretty. That warm gold stellina on this, with this color, is just so pretty. All right, so the colors that I am just loving with Scallop are Oyster. I think those two are a great contrast. I think Pale Peach would be really, really pretty with it. So this would be beautiful in a 3-skein project, but I do like the contrast of the cool and the warm. I also have Pearl, and so if you wanted to go with lighter colors, you could do this, maybe switch these around. That would be super, super pretty together. And you could also, I don't know, maybe do a stripy type sweater. Those are just really pretty, and I think they're very neutral too, so if maybe neons are just too much, like this would be so pretty. You could even add nutmeg in with it, or perhaps honeycomb. Those are just so pretty. So I really love this trio here. Actually, I really love these three together. This is Pearl, Scallop, and Honeycomb. Those are really, really pretty. And then of course you could add in, this is Nutmeg, Oyster, Pale Peach maybe. So all these look so, so pretty together. And they're all pretty neutral. I like how they are a nice bridge between summer and fall. I think those are really nice. So this is Scallop, and this is the new tonal in the shop. So right now what I want to do is talk about some of my deeper tonals. This one right here is Cook Pine. It is a super deep green. I don't even know if you can see that. I mean, it is so deep green. I love this color. And I brought out Cook Pine on my gold nani twist base, the gold stellina base, because I know you can see the gold sparkle in that, and it is so, so pretty. It really stands out. I just think it stands out so pretty on this base. So pretty. All right, so we have Cook Pine is a pretty deep tonal. I will have Sip Sip Knit, which is a kind of a burgundy or a wine type color. I will have Teal Wing, which is this beautiful kind of gray blue color, and that's really it for the deeper tones. I guess I do have Nutmeg That's a pretty deep tone. But I am including the deeper tones in the update, even though normally I wouldn't, because it is summer and I like to save the deeper shades for fall. The reason I'm doing that is because I love some of these deeper tones in brioche or in striped projects. So for instance, if you wanted to do Cook Pine and Princess together in a shawl, I know Amber O'Brien has some really, what is it called? I will put it on the screen. There's a shawl I've been looking at from Amber O'Brien, and she has striped sections in her shawl, but these would make beautiful stripes. So instead of having, you know, your classic black and white, why not do like Cook Pine and Princess? Those would look so, so pretty together. I love those two shades together. Maybe even throw Clearwater in with it. Those are a wonderful contrast. So Cook Pine is just gorgeous. I actually knit my Inside Story sweater with this color, and I absolutely love it. I like Sip Sip Knit with either Honeycomb, those two look really good together, or Nutmeg, which is just a deeper shade than Honeycomb, a little more brown as well. So if you want to put those together, those would be really pretty. You could maybe pair Pearl with it. You could pair Oyster. Those are just absolutely gorgeous. Those would be a beautiful project. So I'm going to do kind of a lineup here because I could go on and on and on about all of my colors. So instead what I'll do is I will just kind of come up with some pretty colors that go well together, that I like together. So I like this combo here. This is Bubblegum, Princess, Heliotrope, and Poolside. You could even keep going, maybe do Teal Wing. You could do Cook Pine in there if you wanted to do something a little darker. I would keep going maybe with Clearwater. This one is Green Stars. It's also being updated. There is Bright Mint. I'm shifting everything down. This one is Glowworm and Saturn. So wow, how gorgeous are those together? Those are so pretty. So this is kind of how I put yarn together. I just start playing with it. I just love doing this so much. We'll set these up here for a moment. I am really loving this kind of blue, green, yellow palette. This is so, so pretty. So we have Teal Wing, Clearwater, Green Stars, Bright Mint, Glowworm, Saturn. And then you could also throw in an orange like Solar Flare, and that's so, so pretty. So not only are you going kind of on a rainbow spectrum, but you're also getting a little bit deeper down to here, which is really, really cool as well. Now you could also kind of take some of these brights away and maybe do something like Dusty Sage. This is going to be added to the shop. So if you did Dusty Sage, Bright Mint, and Green Stars, why not add something like Pearl? So you're starting with a neutral like Pearl and just getting a little bit more saturated as you go on. This is a beautiful 4 skein project. This would be really, really pretty. I have a new tonal that was kind of unintentional, to be honest. This I am calling Wisteria. It's very similar to sea urchin, but it's just a little bit deeper shade. So I didn't lie, I misspoke. I actually did not end up dyeing sea urchin because Wisteria came out of the dye pot instead. Sometimes colors do that. I don't really know why. They just kind of become something that they want to become. So I go with it and love it, and it all works out. But I really love this color because it has a lot of gray in it. So it looks beautiful with pearl and oyster. This looks so, so beautiful as a 3 color shawl, or this would be pretty if you added heliotrope to it as well. So you go from very unsaturated. This pearl is just the lightest shade of gray. It's a beautiful neutral. And not only are you going more purple, but you're also getting more saturated. So that's really fun if you wanted to do those 4 together. I think these are really, really pretty. And of course, you could always start with Wisteria and maybe go Wisteria, heliotrope. You could throw some Poolside in there somewhere. That might be fun. Those are also really pretty together, I think, for kind of a contrasting project. I don't want to leave out one of my faves, Coral Conch. I love this color so much, so much. And so why don't we do something fun, like go from one unexpected color to another? So if you wanted to, say you had something like Bright Mint, which I have never put these 2 together, but aren't those pretty? I am loving that right now. You could go Bright Mint, Glowworm, Saturn, Solar Flare, and Coral Conch. And how pretty are those together? I really, really like this 5 skein shade. That's very, very pretty. So that looks pretty. I also really like Coral Conch because it has these gorgeous warm tones. I think it looks really pretty with Nutmeg, and also maybe a contrast like Oyster. I think that's a very unusual and beautiful trio. Those would be so pretty together. Why not put it with my new tonal Scallop? This is very unsaturated compared to this, but they definitely have some of the same shades. So you could even throw some of those warmer neutrals in with that. Those look kind of pretty together. Do something like that. That's gorgeous. I really like that. And of course, you could just go super bright. So if you want to do Coral Conch and Princess and maybe some Saturn. Those would be so pretty, those 3 together. Green stars. Now you're getting just kind of like the Skittles. The beautiful, beautiful spectrum of super deep, pretty tonals. These are all so pretty. That would be gorgeous together. I really love that. So Princess, Coral Conch, Saturn, Green Stars, Poolside, and Heliotrope. Those are gorgeous together. I really like these. These are kind of like primary neons. Really love those. So I hope this is giving you some ideas of colors that go well together. I really love all these together, and I love, you know, I love the neons. Like, those are really what I gravitate towards, but I love neutrals as well with them. I think they just complement each other so well, and sometimes maybe you just want something a little softer and it all works out. It's really pretty. Those three are gorgeous together. This is Pale Peach, Bubblegum, and Wisteria. Those are beautiful. I really like that. Pale Peach and Scallop also look awesome together. You can always add a warm neutral like Honeycomb in there. That looks awesome. Even do something like that. Pearl, Pale Peach, and Scallop look great. So all in all, I'm looking at my table and I want to see how many tonals I have, because I haven't really counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, so I just counted. I think I'm going to have 22 different tonals. How crazy is that? It is so much fun. I don't know if I'll ever do this again. To be honest, it was a lot of work, but it was just such a fun accomplishment, and I absolutely love playing with color. So I appreciate you letting me chat about color and beautiful colors that go together. This was so much fun, and I hope it gave you some inspiration about different colors that go well together. I do want to mention that I offer a custom listing of 2 or more tonals. So if you have a project that uses 2 or more of these tonals, I am more than happy to dye those up for you. And that's a great way to make sure you get the same dye lot. And if you don't have the quantity in the shop, you can go ahead and order them in the shop, and it's a win-win because you get exactly what you want and I get to dye up more beautiful yarn. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you'll join me at the shop update. Again, it will be Friday, June 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at pineappleyarn.com. I hope this gave you some really good inspiration for your crafting and your knitting. I hope you see some beautiful things, and I hope you'll join me then. I will see you next week with an episode of Pineapple Knits, and I'll see you in 2 weeks with another shop update preview. Until then, I hope you are having so much fun with your crafting, and I'll see you next time. Bye.